Everybody got so quiet.
I know, right? Yeah.
Wait, do you
Testing.
No? You do have to do it. I will. Like this close? Oh, that's really
like this.
close.
Very
So
close.
close.
You gotta be like this.
Good
Yeah.
morning, recovery.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
How's everybody?
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day to have a great day.
That's right.
Saturdays are the best, I think. Like I love coming in here, getting everybody just being together, the Bible study and everything. It's always a good Saturday.
It's always a good Saturday.
It's always a good Saturday.
It really is.
It really is.
Well, this Saturday's a really good Saturday for me.
Tell us about it.
Well, I had baby girl with me last night, and we're going to introduce her to podcast. Come here, Taylin.
She knew she was coming. She's like,
Taylin.
"No."
Ah,
She's so precious.
guys, I am introducing you all. Taylin. This is Taylin.
Good morning.
Tell them about it, Taylin.
Oh,
Yes!
Taylin, tell them all about it real quick.
Oh my God. She's so precious.
And she's saying, have a good day.
God knows what he's doing. Look at that precious
She-
gift.
She is just a doll. And she was really good all night last night. And I mean, yeah, so she's been a good kid. She really is. She's a good baby.
Tell us how was your night? Right?
Right?
I
Yeah.
get it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's hard to deal with, Taylor. I know.
Oh, Taylor. So, ladies and gentlemen, Taylin, this is my granddaughter.
She's a star.
She's a superstar.
Oh. She's so
And
precious.
anyone else that wants to bring their little youngin' on, yours had a birthday.
Yeah. Ariana's 7. I know.
Yeah.
I know. She said I'm still here. Ariana turned 7 yesterday. So
Yes.
she's
It's hard to believe that she was that size, Alex, and now 7 years old.
7 years old. Tell me about it. I mean, I like
They grow fast.
Well,
so fast.
what's
They grow
really
fast.
crazy is when I was looking at Gene holding her last night, and he's getting ready to be 86. And it was like beautiful art to me because Gene is holding her, looking down at her. He's getting ready to be 86. She is 2 months old, just about.
Oh.
The years
Yeah.
of life. That to me was just, I took a picture of it, but what a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Life, man. It goes by like in the blink of an eye. What are we doing with our life and the years that we have here?
Yeah.
Like, are we using it wisely?
Mm.
Are we?
Yeah.
That's the big question.
Oh, we got to do introduction. People are out there wondering who you are. Girl, guys,
Hey.
we have Kimmy from Florida here with us this morning. I was so excited to introduce Taylin, but we have Kimmy here with us this morning. Of course, we have Francesca,
everybody.
and we have Alex and myself. So good morning, everyone. Taylin just took the show over this morning, man. She's just had my emotions and everything. Like, it's been an exciting time for me personally because, like, y'all know how I am about this grandchild and the happiness that she's brought into my life. It's just been unreal.
Well, they bring so much hope.
Yes.
I mean, me looking at you holding that baby, I just think, the world she has so much to offer the world, and there's no contamination in her life at this point. She's just perfect.
She's so great. And the thing about it is, 7, 8 years ago, if someone would have looked at me and said that this is where we would be at today, I never would have believed it because I was such in a bad mental place back then. I did not want to live anymore. And thank God
Yes.
that I did not go anywhere. Like, thank God he had the grace on my life to keep me here. And it's not only me, it's so many people out there right now who's probably waking up who doesn't want to keep going. But I'm telling you guys, hold on for the bigger picture. There is something more.
Keep going.
Like that saying,
Yes.
hold fast,
Hold
Yeah.
fast.
Hold
Now, you
fast.
cannot do it alone. So ask Jesus in, let him lead you.
Yes. Yes. Amen. All right. Well, let's get into our our goings here.
Brian Woodward said, "Look at that little cutie." Henry Berry said, "Good
Oh,
morning."
Brian.
Misty Aldrich said, "Good morning."
Oh, the baby.
Yes.
Then BJ told me to quit scaring the baby.
Alex. Alex is going to take us off because, of course, we want to know who Kimmy is. She's from Florida. Here she is in
We got
Virginia.
a new face on the
Yeah,
podcast.
what's going on with this girl?
It's cold. It's cold here.
All right, so yeah, we're in a
all the
basement
way
too.
all the way from Florida and found her way onto the podcast. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, there's a reason. What's the reason?
Are you from Florida?
No. So I'm actually from here.
Okay.
I was born in Harrisonburg, and I was running around this whole town,
Oh yeah.
over here in Stanley and everything, and got myself into some trouble.
Believe that.
Yeah.
Went through some hard times, landed myself in jail, and something hit me and said I needed to change what was going on.
Yeah.
I needed to change something. So thankfully I met somebody that was in Florida, and they're like, I got you. I'll give you a chance. Come down here, I'll help you get through some stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, maybe. I held it off for 2 months. I was like, I don't know.
That's a big change, big move. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I needed something, but I was like, I don't know. I kept, saying I'm not sure, but I wanted it. I wanted it. So
Absolutely.
finally I made that decision. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I went, and for 2 months I had help. I got off the drugs. I stopped smoking cigarettes.
That's a big deal.
Clean. I was getting clean, doing the thing. And then I had to come back for court. So when I came back, I relapsed.
No way.
I did. I relapsed. I got around the same people.
Yep.
I knew it was going to happen. Like, I knew it in the back of my head. Like,
were you kind of like looking forward to it happening?
Sort of.
Almost?
Yeah, kind of. I
that.
was like, I feel like it's going to,
I've done that before myself.
I've been told relapse is a part of your recovery. And I'm like, I don't know if I understand that, but I mean, okay, if you say so.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
That can be confusing.
So then, like, I knew I had to come back, and like, I knew what I wanted when I came back. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to court. This is going to get settled. And I even told the person that I went down to Florida with, I was like, look, I don't trust myself. I really don't. I wish you could come with me, because I know if you're there with me, I've got that reminder that, like, you don't need that. You said you don't want it. You're doing better.
Right.
But I didn't have that. So when I came back, I, almost immediately hit up everybody I knew. I was like, oh, I'm back in town. I'm sober. I'm doing the good thing. Let me tell you all about it. But then also hoping that one of them was like, oh, let's just hang out, get high, let's do it while you're in town, why not?
Absolutely.
And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I went to court and I was like, okay, I'm a free woman now, everything's settled. I ain't got to go back to Florida for another couple days. Let me hang out with my people, celebrate. To me, it was celebration.
Yep.
And celebration turned into my relapse. It was like too much. And for 4 days, I was like running around, high as a kite, like worrying my mother to death.
Oh.
And like, next thing you know, I'm on a car chase with cops behind me, and I'm
starting
like,
all over.
starting all over. And I'm like, I can get away, but adrenaline. I know the town like the back of my hand, but that didn't happen.
No.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I got caught.
It never does.
I got caught.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
that whole I'm here to testify.
And so there I am sitting in jail, and I'm like, I don't remember nobody's number. I'm by myself.
Right.
This is scary.
Yeah.
I got arrested before, but I never stayed in there.
Right.
I got let out on my own recognizance, got it figured out. But no, I was in there and I was scared. I felt alone. Now, the guy that I was talking to in Florida, he tried to stop me. He was like, because I told him, I was like, I'm using again. And like, you can just send my stuff back to my mom's. I'm out here. And he was like, no, don't do that. You don't want that. Come on, don't do that.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm about to come jump on the plane and come get you. And I was like, well, you're going to have to search for me, because I'm not doing it. I threw my phone out the window. Like, I didn't have any contacts, nothing.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
And I wasn't even talking to my mom either. Didn't even remember her number. So like,
yeah.
He took initiative, and this was God's doing. He took initiative, and he's like, she needs my phone number. She needs to be able to call me. If I'm going to keep helping this girl, she needs to be able to contact me. And he called the jail that I was in, and he made sure his phone number was on a sticky note with my paperwork.
Isn't that
and
great?
They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to like do that for you.
No.
But somehow, Lord said, you need that.
Yeah.
So he like, as soon as I got my paperwork, I was like, what is this phone number? Whose phone number is this? So then I called.
An angel.
And as soon as he answered, I'm like, I start bawling. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know I messed up so much. Like, I can't believe I did this, but I can believe it. But like, I'm sorry. You can never talk to me again. I understand that. Like, I know I messed up. And at this point, I'm, coming out of my,
Right.
I got the drugs coming out of my system, like a couple days being in there. And he was like, it's all right. You can revive from this. Like,
Yes.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there for me the whole time in jail. Like,
Wow,
he answered the
Kimmy.
phone for me.
That's
He got me
amazing.
my mom's phone number. My mom was actually there for me. Like, the first, in the beginning, like when I was heavy in my drug use, mom didn't want like anything to do with it because she knew I was hard headed. I was like, I
Right.
ain't gonna listen to you, Mom. Like, I'm doing whatever.
Right.
But this time, like, I was in there. She knew when I went to Florida in the first place, I was trying to do better. So she was there for me. She was there to support it. She's like,
Yes.
you're actually showing me that you're trying. So like, I'm here for you. And that helped a lot. And when I was in jail, it also helped that there were the recovery books,
Yes. I love them.
And I fell back to when I was going to church when I was younger. I was like, maybe this is what I need. Something about me was like, maybe I should do this. It was just a feeling. So then being in jail, I took initiative in my pod and I was like, let's do a little Bible study. We've got these recovery Bibles here. I don't know how to really hold a Bible study, but like we could just read through it. We can come up with something. Like, we're in jail. We got plenty of time to spend, like let's come up with games. Let's come up with some way to talk about this. Like, let's just work through our stuff because there's plenty of other people in there that need to talk about their things. And they maybe need somebody to take initiative for them to be like, look into the Bible. It's got plenty of stories that relate to yours.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
It has every story that relates.
Absolutely. Yes. And you just gotta take initiative to look into it or have somebody to help you look into it.
Exactly.
So I held a couple Bible studies in jail.
That's awesome.
And
well, it's like
Beautiful.
somebody has to answer the call. So I'm glad you heard the call and then did it.
Oh yeah.
Like we were talking about this morning in our Bible study.
Yeah.
You got to act on it. You have to. And sometimes that can be scary because we hear the voice and we don't like really know. You're like, oh my gosh, are you serious right now? Like sometimes I might even argue a little bit. Like, for real?
Been there.
You want me to do that right now? Are we serious? But in all reality, when you act on that, look at the blessings that follow in behind it.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
So I'm going to mess this story up. So I apologize in case anybody knows this story well. But there was the story about a guy, and in my mind, I want to say he was like over in Indonesia or in somewhere far away. But God told him, he said, I want you to start preaching this sermon. And so the guy was like, looked around and he said, there's only a bunch of monkeys there. Why would I do this, Lord? And he said, just do it and do it loudly. So the guy listened to God's call and he was preaching. What he didn't realize was over the hill were people.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what he was preaching created this conversion story and they went out. So anyway, so you got to do what God calls you to do. Even
and
if
you
it's
did this and you planted seeds right where you was at and don't even realize.
And I didn't because to me, I was just trying to pass time while doing something good.
Yeah.
And then I felt a calling to just go towards that recovery Bible.
Right.
And the way that it looks on the inside, it's got like different, and I like the way it was. Like
I love the recovery
sporadic,
Bible. I'm
so
actually in that right now. And I've had certain ones tell me, don't read that. It messes up the words and don't do this, don't do that. However, for me personally, I understand it. And I've always had a really hard time understanding the Bible.
Yes.
So for me, it really breaks it down and I understand it. And it's what I'm choosing to go through right now in this phase of my life. And then maybe one day I can, graduate up.
Use that as a
Yeah.
complementary to your Bible. I know for a fact there are 2 missing verses out of that particular Bible, and we have to be careful of what has been removed because we're not
What
supposed
is the
Matthew. I'll get that that
Yeah,
answer.
we'll have to figure that
But
out.
use it as a compliment, like I said, because it is truly easy read. It's relatable. I love using the recovery Bible as use it as a tool to complement.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you go in depth with everything, even the King James version, there are a lot of books that are missing. Do we want to go into that conversation? There's
Probably-
a lot of
probably-
books
I mean,
that are missing.
that's true.
You know, humans
Yeah.
have messed up a lot of things
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
over the years. And that's where the spirit kicks in when you connect.
Mm-hmm.
This is me and my opinion on this. You guys can comment and come at me at it. I'm ready to go.
Mhm.
I'm not arguing, but this is just the spirit, you know, because this is where you have to have you seek that.
Yes.
And when you don't know and you're confused, you fast and you pray for the
Yes.
answer.
Yep.
Okay. That my opinion. I mean, go ahead.
And for those out there too, I mean, I'm sure there's multiple recovery Bibles. I just know I'm thinking of the green one, the one in
The green,
play-
yeah.
Green one.
because
That's the one we use. Yeah.
we circulate within the same
Yep.
group.
Mhm.
But for those out there, it might not be true to your Bible, but just know what to look for. Always
Yeah.
let God lead you.
That's another
Definitely.
reason, like when we were all looking at the recovery Bible, we also had other versions of Bibles there
Yes.
too.
Right.
So like as we were doing it,
Perfect.
one of the things I would tell them was like everything that we just went over, also go over it in yourself.
I talked about
You
that
know,
too.
yourself.
Reading it in different versions too. Having 2 or 3
Absolutely.
different versions of the same
Yeah.
of the Bible, like it
That's the
definitely
way to
gives you
do
a
it.
better.
And then when we
better
come back out,
understanding.
we'll talk about what we all kind of noticed, what jumped out at you.
Yeah, because
Right.
what God
Like,
says
what-
to you
yeah,
is
it's
different than what
different.
it to her.
Yeah. And then when you
Yes.
share that, like it helps to be able to like hear from somebody else's perspective,
Right.
but also like it gives you a broader mindset of like, oh shoot, I didn't think of it
I
like
missed
that.
that,
Like,
right.
oh, I missed
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That does make sense.
Right.
That's growth.
That's
You know?
right.
And
That
it
is
is
That's
growth.
how you grow.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
So you're in
Absolutely.
jail. You started this
Yep.
Bible study.
And then I transferred jails. And I
Okay.
was a little scared about it. Because like
That's
Change.
intimidating.
Again, change.
it is. So
We don't like change very much.
but I knew that my friend was there. So I was like, maybe I'll run into her, it's fine. Did the whole thing, the run around to get into the trustee program, and then got with her, and then we still held Bible study there at the next jail. And I'm like, okay, this is great. We can keep this going. Well then I got all my stuff, probation and whatnot, transferred to Florida, and went back to Florida so that I could stay clean, be where I knew I was good to stay clean,
Right.
Change
Get off.
people, places,
Yeah,
things.
people, places, and things. Change that. So I went back to Florida when I got out. Still on probation until July, which I'm still doing really good.
Yes.
So-
That's awesome.
Still doing
Thank
great. Checked out some churches to go to that'll help me.
That's awesome.
Some
Get that support behind you.
absolutely.
That's it.
And so surround myself with people who are sober.
And she
Yes.
said
You know,
checked
and
out.
have-
She said checked out some.
Yeah.
So feel free to church bounce, find your
Oh,
place.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
shop
Yeah.
around. for
Find-
sure.
yeah, there you
you're-
go.
I mean, sometimes you're not
Find
going
your
to find the
place.
one for you, the first one you go into.
No.
Like I've been to a couple different ones. One of them was like really great because you felt the like
The spirit
revival
or
and the
yeah.
spirit while everybody's up and jumping and praising.
Right.
And you're like, okay. And then the sermon, when it came to the sermon, you're like, huh?
Mhm. I know.
Like,
I
huh?
go through the
Or you
same
sit there and you're like,
yes.
that's so interesting. And it doesn't
Yes,
click
yes,
with you, you know?
yes.
Or the way that they're talking just doesn't click with you. So then you go, I went to another one and they had great like praise and worship when you walk in. It was very theatrical in a way, which could be too much for some people,
Right.
but I'm a musician myself, so I'm like, I love
Yep.
this. This
What do you
is
play?
fine. What do I play? My voice.
You're a singer.
I sing.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I do. I have
That
music
is a
all over me.
beautiful
Like, I have this
talent.
treble clef right here. I
Can
gotta-
you give us like a verse of something?
Oh, I don't know.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
let's put me
Just
on
do
spot.
it.
Let's put me
Just
on
do
spot.
like
on the
Amazing
spot.
Grace or
Okay.
something. Just go
fine.
on. Just do it. I love it when we do this.
Oh, okay. I'll try.
You got this.
So might not sound the best right now.
Go
This
ahead.
is something I'll give you a little snippet of what I've wrote. I haven't finished it yet, but this is one that I think everybody will like. I've got so much bottled up in my mind. I've built my walls in case I wanna hide, but it's not too late as long as I try. I said it's not too late. Let's give it one more try.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
Hit the button.
I was really nervous. I was definitely
That was beautiful.
I wish I had that gift.
That
I'll be
is
honest.
gorgeous.
I love it. What's real funny about my music is I showed somebody my song "Coming Across the Mountain" this morning on my
Yeah.
way to breakfast,
Who?
and
No, don't put her on the
Brandon.
spot. Leave her
Brandon.
alone, Alex.
yeah, so
But yeah, that's
I did.
awesome.
So like they didn't know it was me, right? And I just played it. I was like, I got a song to play. So it just randomly felt like I should just play it. And I was like, okay. So I played it and they were like, yeah, okay. And I was like, does that sound familiar? Does that person sound
So you've
familiar?
already did like a
He's like,
CD?
no, not a
Or-
CD, just one song. I only have one song so far recorded
Okay.
and on YouTube.
That is
Kinda
so
hard.
beautiful.
Yeah. So halfway through the song,
What'd
I'm
he say?
like, he's like, you know this person?
Do
I
you
was
know
like,
this
I was
person?
like, yeah, I know that. I know. and then I was singing it a little bit, and I was like, does it sound familiar though? Does the voice sound familiar? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, that's me. That's mine.
You know that
He's like,
person too.
"What?" He's like, no way.
That is so cool.
He had to replay
Give it a
it
shout out,
again.
dude. What is it on YouTube?
So it's really hard to find. So you got to go, topic dash lyrica, but with a K.
Okay,
Not a
maybe
C,
we
a
can add
K.
it onto our description at
Okay.
the end.
Yeah. We'll do that.
So that you can people can follow that.
Yeah, it's up there on the.
So yeah, we have
Can
some
you take the link and put it in the comments?
Oh yeah, that's
That's a
good
great
way.
way.
yeah, we
you
definitely
can do
have some
that.
comments with Brian and Misty. So yeah,
Yeah,
both of them
so-
are saying, as long as the word and the
Oh.
scriptures lining up with the Bible conversation we were having. So thank you guys for putting your input on that. And Misty said, use that talent. God
Yes.
will
Yeah.
use you for sure.
So
and
I mean,
he already is. It's so
there's-
amazing.
and here's the best thing about this is I know it's a talent of mine. Okay, and I'm like obsessed with music. Okay. One thing that I have learned, there's actually a couple of things. I get so excited talking about this.
I
'cause
know,
it's so stuff.
I
Like,
know.
I think this is just my calling. Like I know he
Right.
wants me to do this. So when I went to church, I sing in all my my church choirs.
Mhm.
Like I would even do special music. I'd go up and find a song and do special music in my church. And every time I did that, of course I'd be nervous, get the normal nervousness.
Mhm.
But as I'm singing, it's like something just pours out of me. It's like it's a release of something. Like I'm just releasing something
Mhm.
like just and it's magical. It's
That's
just
beautiful.
absolutely magical. And then another thing about music is the fact that I love it so much. And when I did some more research and like I've found certain things out about music, is like God created the world with his voice. That's sound waves, right? Imagine, okay? Music speaks to everybody
Yeah.
in all different ways, through your heart, through, you just feel it.
You can
okay?
feel it.
Yes.
It's a language everybody understands.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if God has such a powerful voice and all he had to do is speak, say, let there be light, boom, that imagine how like powerful his voice is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and that has something,
Oh yeah.
that's something.
Yeah.
So like there's even studies where like they put sand on a speaker.
I've seen
You
this.
know,
I love
they
this.
put sand on a speaker, all right?
Yeah.
And they play a certain tone. And this sand makes shapes.
It's the
The
vibrational
vibration of that
frequency.
frequency
Mhm.
makes a shape with that sand. Like it rises and it makes a shape. And I'm like,
I saw a
That
cool one-
is amazing.
I saw a cool one where this dude was freezing water, and the second he would hit it with this like super cold liquid nitrogen, and it would freeze it instantly, right? And if he yelled like a cuss word or a
Yes.
bad word
Yeah,
at it,
yeah, yeah.
it was like something like
all
it looked-
jagged.
Distorted and
Yeah.
ugly.
But if he was like,
Yes.
if he like said, something peaceful and
Love
like,
into it.
love into it, and then froze it, the shape that it froze, like the image that would come out in the freezing was like
the universe.
So I don't
they-
know.
the
and same thing-
vibrations,
the
what I mean?
Yeah,
The
vibrations.
same
yeah.
thing goes like with chants. I don't know if you guys have ever heard like
yes,
old
yes,
school
yes.
chants. Yeah, go ahead.
That's how they moved. They moved big stones with that back in like when they built pyramids and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how they could move the stone. We
Mhm.
can't understand it these days. A lot
Right.
of people are like, "Oh, that don't make sense.
right.
That's
right.
not real.
But that's how
That
they.
doesn't sound,
Yeah.
real." But what they would do, they'd get people together and they would, use the vibration of their voices.
Well, yeah.
and
I
move
completely
big
agree.
like so God does
It
move
is.
mountains.
It is
You know
true.
what I mean? Like-
Life is in the power of the tongue.
Absolutely.
And that's why in our
yes.
bathroom, if you pay attention, like the sticky notes, it's up above the mirror.
Mhm.
You are beautiful. You are great. Like,
Affirmations.
all these
Affirmations,
Yes,
yes,
you've
and
got
it
to
works.
do
It
this to
does.
yourself
It
every
works.
day. The life is in the
Mhm.
power of your tongue.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That's why,
Yeah.
when whoever's around me, if they say something like just completely negative, man, it gives me, I'm just like, whoa,
Mhm.
wait a minute
Yeah,
now.
Yeah,
Let's tamper back a
Mhm.
little bit. And I want people to straighten me out too. because we got to
Mhm.
sharpen each other
But
on
it's
that.
powerful and it moves the people, because that's why when you see like a Latin mass or a Roman Catholic, they do chanting, and it's
Mhm.
just powerful. It's God's wholeness coming
Wow.
in.
I am so thank you for coming here today. I
How
know
long-
there's so much more
What's your
to your-
sober date? How long have you been sober now?
Okay, so I haven't done the best with keeping the date, but I don't know the exact date, but it's definitely been 3.5 years.
Hit the
That's
button.
amazing.
Hit the button.
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
It's
I
been
mean,
a hard 3.5 years, but
Isn't it hard
it's
to
not,
come
it's
back?
not meant to be easy.
It's
you know?
hard to
That's
come
right.
back here because, like I said, I did. I moved away and did so great, and then started coming back, and that's when it fell apart too.
No, it's because those familiarities come
Yeah.
back to you, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you've definitely got to
Yep.
be on your guard
keep
Mhm.
your heart guarded for
You
sure.
have
and be
to.
around the right people too, though. Like, so
Yes.
you've got to if once you're in it for real and you know what you want,
Mhm.
like you have to stay away from those people.
And
you have to stay away from
I
those
feel like the
things.
game changer is when we recognize that we are in that spiritual warfare.
Mm.
When we recognize that
Yep.
that bad, when it comes to us, is completely evil,
Mhm.
and we need to get it away from us, that's when the game changing
Mhm.
starts.
And you got to be able to call it out too.
Yeah,
know what I
you
mean?
got to be.
You
yes.
can't just. I mean, once you recognize it, you can say, "Oh, I know it's there. I see you, and I know where you're at. I know you're
Mhm.
coming for me. But guess what? I got the armor of God, and you can't come
Mhm.
after me."
That's right.
But that's walking and talking in authority, right?
Absolutely,
Like, I mean,
yeah.
We
we've
have
got the
to.
power. We can't make ourselves weak.
We just we gotta take them steps.
That's
Yes,
it.
You know?
and sticking
That's all
together
it
through
is.
it. Wow, what an amazing
Mhm.
conversation this morning. I
That was
love
great.
it. Very
Yes.
great. I know you have so much more to tell us,
Oh,
but
I could. I'll come back.
I know,
you know?
yeah. Come back and fill us more into your story and where
Yeah,
you're going to
of
be
course.
at, and what you're going through now, and what you're overcoming. It's all going to add up to a beautiful story.
Mhm.
It already is.
It already is. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Chess, you have some things you need to go over.
Yeah, I'd love to. So Jesus Christ is our only hope. We're doing a march, and that's the theme this year. We'll be doing this march. You have the date, June the 7th. What I wanted to share with everybody out there is that the march is a procession of praise through the streets of our towns, celebrating the lordship of Jesus Christ. It's an event where Christians publicly proclaim the glory, the majesty, and the supremacy of our Savior. So it's all about Jesus and nothing else. This march it's a global march. It started in 1980 in England. The marches in the United States started in about 1989. And the first national march for Jesus started in 1992. Marches throughout the world started during 93. And the very first march in the Shenandoah Valley started in 2024. So
That's
this
awesome.
year will be the second annual march. And we do pray that we grow and keep growing, because if after all that Jesus did for us, took those beatings, was spat on, died for us, if the only thing we can do is come out one day in March, that would be lovely for us to really sing and march. It'll be through the town of Luray, Stanley, and Shenandoah. It'd be great if everybody could do all three, but if you can only do one, come out and sing praises. And Andrea will have more information to be sharing further out, but we do need volunteers. We also need, people on the ground. I think Terry and Hellfighters call them foot soldiers, but we need, all aspects of people. Some people are leaders. And if you're a church leader, please leave a comment here or get in touch with me. May I share the phone number?
Sure.
540-618-1466. Let me know if you have a church that you could announce it to your congregation. That would be wonderful. If you're just somebody who knows a lot of people, please contact us. If you just want to come volunteer and do the march, let us know. But one and all can be used.
We should make copies of this and send out or take one day to all the churches.
Yes,
and
I would
just-
love that.
Yeah, and just drop
And
off.
there is a Facebook page. I know most people are on Facebook. I am not active on there, but it's called Page Valley for Jesus.
Okay.
Okay,
awesome.
please look it up.
Awesome. All right, and we're on the Jesus talk here, so let's talk about the Valley, the Shenandoah Valley Jubilee. So that's happening on March 14th and 15th. It is separate services at 9 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. It is at Page Valley Baptist Church, 4567 US Highway 340 in Luray. Promised Land will be singing on Friday night, and then Hensley Family will be singing on Saturday night. So come out and join at the Shenandoah Valley Jubilee. This is Pastor Andy that has sent me this information, so I'm certain that he'll be there and probably preaching at this event. Valleys Rise Above, which is us. We have recently opened up our Cash App, and we are accepting donations for our 501c3 that we are fundraising to get, hopefully, Lord willing, get started. And you can Cash App Valleys Rise Above if you would like or feel led to help us with that. We're also raising money to put in another bathroom here at the female home. Celebrate Recovery, Monday nights at 6 o'clock. That's on Main Street Baptist, and that's in Luray. Free Indeed, Tuesdays, 6:30, and that's on Newport Road. 23 West Main, AA, and that's at noon on a daily. And of course, that's in Luray. Rec Center, shout out to Audrey. If you would like to help with his things that's going on in Luray, you can Cash App him at Living Legacy Luray. First Steps to Freedom, and that's at 3330. Somebody change that.
It's in
3:30.
It's in Elk Plaza. It's
Okay.
in Elk Plaza.
Yeah.
You guys come down. If you need directions, give me a call. That number at 618-1466 will get you there.
Yes, and that's at 7 o'clock on Thursday nights. Another Thursday night meeting is New Life Recovery, and that's at Grace Covenant in Harrisonburg, and that starts at 6:30 p.m. Hellfighters, we have an April 18th question mark on here. Should I just 23rd? Okay, and that's gonna. Do you want me to what is this?
So that's the off-road group, right? So anybody that's got an ATV or wants to ride an ATV, they rent those too.
Off-road group.
Yeah, it's ATV and off-roading. If you're into that kind of thing, you might want to come out and join us for just good fellowship, good riding on the trails.
It's a one-day event, or is that a weekend?
It's going to be 4 days.
4-day event.
It's riding on is it on the Hatfield McCoy trails? So
Here
you got
he comes. He's going to tell us all about
you
it.
got 500 acres of
Gonna be back
ATV
in
trails.
Gilbert, West Virginia is where we're going to this year. There's a big house we're renting back there now. So if you want to come, please get in contact with somebody so we can rent a place big enough. If not, we're all family. We'll sleep on airbeds if we have to. So we're going to have
Yes.
opportunities to share the gospel while we're back there on the trail system.
I'm going. We're all going.
Get muddy for Jesus is
I
what
was
we
gonna
always
say,
say.
yes.
Yeah. So it's a good opportunity. It's good, clean fun for the kids. So everybody's welcome. But if you want to come, you got to let us know so we make sure we have enough room for everybody.
Awesome. I'm
Mhm.
excited about that.
I am
I mean, I
too.
haven't gotten out of like Page County, I feel like, in a long time. Like
There-
away
there's-
for overnight.
There is.
I
to
feel like it's
me,
been a long time.
should-
Maybe I did just go away overnight.
You
Did
just
I?
went away.
this
Not
sh-
overnight.
It was like 2 or 3 months ago.
Was it?
You went to Tennessee.
My gosh,
I'm
that's
gonna
been
tell
so
you,
long
but
ago,
this is gonna
Alex.
be such a different trip for you, just so you know. Okay, this is gonna show how country I am, but there is
Yeah.
nothing like getting muddy, having a great time in the outdoors because God is so much in the great outdoors.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And for those of you that are thinking, okay, I can't do the sobriety thing because I can't have any fun anymore, that is so not true.
Well, I'm gonna tell
there
you
are-
one thing. Being around me, I make myself laugh.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
do
gonna make
too.
y'all laugh.
I
I
do
do
too.
things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
I do too.
who's watching right now?
Mhm.
It's embarrassing.
Real funny.
All right. So, hey, Shayla's homeless supply drive was a true success, by the way,
Yes.
guys. She ended up raising right much. I don't know how much, but right much stuff. So, the box is still on our porch, but we're getting ready to deliver that on Monday, which is Monday morning. Yeah. I'm thinking today's Sunday, but it's Monday. So, yeah.
March. Yep.
If you have to.
March 7th and 8th to the Ignite Men's Conference.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go down and do that. If anybody wants to sign up, it's online.
There you go. He had to get that off.
Had to.
But if you guys
Mhm.
want to go back to Shayla's homeless supply drive, if you want to drop off anything today or tomorrow, just go ahead and do that here at the house. I'm going to be dropping the box off
And
on
there is
Monday.
a box there on Main Street Baptist Church, which is where Celebrate Recovery is located. So if anybody out there that needs,
I don't
certain
know if they
things-
picked it up because it was the 20th was the last day. I haven't turned my box in yet.
No, I'm just saying. I rode by. I saw the little.
Oh, is it
the-
still there?
Yeah, and it had things in it. So I know they were providing like feminine products for homeless people.
Oh, they're doing a
So
separate thing.
They just have like a little box there. So if somebody needed, a canned food or something, please check it out. Is all I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, we didn't know that. That's
Misty,
awesome.
Misty, you said take large trash bags. It's gonna help with that mud.
Don't worry about those trash bags. Just rub that mud on in.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a great Saturday.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
has.
guys
Kimmy,
for coming
thank
out.
you so much for coming.
Yes, absolutely.
Great
Thank you
story.
for having
Everybody want to
me.
come around and say
Please
bye
come
to
back.
everybody? Come on,
on.
guys. It's Saturday routine here.
Come say bye.
Come
Mama.
say bye.
Okay.
Let's say bye.
Not everybody in the audience
Come
has to if you don't
on.
want to.
Come say
Get
bye
in
to Page
here.
County and surrounding areas.
Everybody's
Get
here.
in here.
We hope everyone has a great day.
There
Stay
you
sober,
go.
and if you are wanting to get sober, hit us up.
That was really good.
It was.
Kimmy, thanks for coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Kimmy.
more than welcome.
You're awesome.
Everybody for coming.
Great voice.
I
You'll have
love
to, like,
Saturday
phone tap me
mornings.
in next time.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not around. Phone tap me in.
Did great.
Bye, everybody.
Have a blessed day.